All right, so are you ready for this?
Yeah, always up for a good deep dive.
Today, we're going deep into the power of the mind.
Okay.
How to really train it,
Yeah.
strengthen it, and honestly, like, how to make it work for you, not against you.
Yeah, like get out of your own way, right?
Totally. And our guide,
Ooh, who is it?
none other than David Goggins.
Oh, wow.
You know him.
Yeah, the former Navy SEAL
Yeah.
ultra endurance athlete.
He's practically written the book on pushing limits.
He's he doesn't mess around.
No, he does not.
What are we looking at from him?
So we're going to be pulling from one of his motivational YouTube videos.
Okay.
It's called The Most Eye-Opening 10 Minutes of Your Life.
Wow, that's quite a title.
It is a big claim.
Yeah.
I know you've been, wanting to work on your own mental resilience.
Yeah, definitely.
Really level up in terms of self-improvement.
For sure.
And I think Goggins' no-nonsense approach might be
Might be good.
just what we need.
I'm intrigued. What is he saying?
Well, he comes out strong right off the bat.
Okay.
He says, your brain is the most powerful weapon you have,
Ooh.
especially when things get tough.
Okay.
Think about it. When you're facing a challenge,
Yeah.
you're often alone with your thoughts, right?
Right.
It's just you and that inner voice.
You can't just like Google search your way out of it.
Right? No quick fix.
You're stuck with yourself.
You are.
That makes me think about the whole self-talk thing.
Oh, yeah.
The way we talk to ourselves.
Uh-huh.
It has a huge impact on how we perform under pressure.
Definitely.
Goggins is speaking to that directly, isn't he?
Yeah, totally. He brings it to life with a story, actually, from his own experience.
Okay.
He talks about struggling in school,
Mm.
having a hard time grasping new concepts.
Okay.
The only way he could learn was just hammering it in through repetition,
Oh, wow.
writing things out over and over and over again until it stuck.
Like rote memorization, kind of?
Yeah, not the most glamorous approach,
No, not really.
but hey, it worked for him.
It clearly did.
And what's fascinating is that's like the core of deliberate practice.
Right, which is like you're not just mindlessly repeating.
Exactly. You're focusing your energy,
Uh-huh.
making every rep count,
Yeah.
and pushing yourself, even when it's uncomfortable.
Even when you don't want to.
Yeah, Goggins, even back in school,
Yeah.
he was figuring out how to make knowledge stick.
Right.
And that takes effort.
Definitely does.
That actually leads perfectly into what Goggins calls embracing the new normal.
Okay, new normal.
He goes from living in a $7 a month apartment.
$7 a month.
Can you even imagine?
I can't even.
To the grueling, intense experience of Navy SEAL training.
Wow, what a jump.
It's intense, and he learned to adapt
Okay.
to these increasingly difficult situations.
Yeah.
It's like that discomfort, that level of challenge
Uh-huh.
became his new baseline.
It's wild how our minds can adapt
Right.
to anything, really.
Yeah.
If we do it over and over again,
We get used to it.
we get used to it. It's like,
Almost like building a tolerance.
yeah, for effort and difficulty.
Exactly. And Goggins talks about putting on his suffering suit every day in training,
Oh, wow.
dealing with broken bones, shin splints,
Oh, my God.
you name it.
That's intense.
It's crazy. And he essentially reframed that pain
okay.
and made it part of his routine.
Like, it's just Tuesday,
It's just another Tuesday.
Wow.
Pretty wild.
When you think about it, it's pretty amazing.
Yeah, so now here's where it gets interesting.
Okay.
He didn't just tolerate the discomfort. He found a way to draw strength from it.
Okay.
He talks about pushing through the physical pain of SEAL training,
Yeah.
using it as fuel.
Like flipping the script.
Totally. He flipped the script on what most of us would consider weakness.
Right. Weakness is strength.
But how do we even do that?
I think the key here is something Goggins talks about a lot.
Yeah.
Finding your why.
Okay.
He had a really clear sense of purpose.
Yeah.
Serving his country.
Yeah.
Becoming someone he could be proud of.
Yeah.
That why allowed him to tap into this crazy mental fortitude.
Totally. And it wasn't always like that for him.
Right.
He admits that for a good chunk of his life, he was putting in the effort, trying hard, quote unquote, as most of us would say.
Yeah.
But he wasn't anywhere close to his full potential.
Okay.
It was only when he found that driving that purpose
That things really changed.
things really shifted. Yeah.
So then that brings up the question for us.
Right.
What is our why?
Yeah. What truly drives you?
What are you so passionate about?
Yeah.
That you're willing to push yourself.
That's the question.
Having that strong sense of purpose
Yeah.
is essential for resilience.
Yeah. Especially when you're facing challenges.
Yeah, when things get tough.
So he also talks about this seemingly counterintuitive idea.
Oh, what's that?
He didn't find peace first.
Okay.
but through suffering trials, pushing himself to be accountable to that why. Real peace, that feeling of truly living in line with your values.
Yeah.
Often comes from facing challenges head on.
Not from avoiding them.
Right. So interesting.
It's easy to think that we need to reach a certain level of comfort or happiness before we can really go after our goals.
Yeah, like get happy, then you can do the things.
Right, but Goggins is suggesting the opposite. It's the struggle, the willingness to be uncomfortable that helps us find that deeper sense of peace.
It's like he's saying the path to inner peace isn't a straight line.
Right, not just good vibes and easy wins.
You got to climb that mountain.
Yeah, grueling uphill climb, but
the view is worth it.
The view is worth it.
It all links back to that new normal.
Right.
You know, we can adapt to almost anything.
Yeah.
Even extreme levels of discomfort.
Yeah, as long as we have that, well, why driving us forward?
If we've got that purpose.
Goggins is a testament to the power of the mind.
He really is.
To thrive under pressure.
Totally. So thinking about your own experiences, what are some challenges you're facing right now where maybe embracing a new normal or finding strength in discomfort might be helpful?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Yeah.
What am I holding back from because I'm afraid of that discomfort?
Yeah, afraid to fail.
Or of pushing myself outside of my comfort zone.
Maybe a new skill you've been wanting to learn. Or a creative project you keep putting off.
Yeah, or maybe even just speaking up more in meetings at work.
Totally. Yeah. What do you think Goggins would say to that?
Oh, I think I know the answer.
I have a feeling too.
Embrace the suck.
Right.
He'd probably say, lean into those challenges.
Yeah.
Reframe them as opportunities for growth.
Totally.
Remember, Goggins describes himself as a scared kid growing up.
Oh, right.
If he could tap into this level of mental fortitude, imagine what you, with your own unique strengths and motivations, might be capable of.
With focused effort and a clear sense of purpose. It is amazing what we can accomplish when we shift our perspective like that.
It really is, and there's a lot more to explore.
There is.
Let's dive into some of his other powerful insights.
Okay, let's do it.
So what really struck me about Goggins is that he believes real change often comes from a place of deep dissatisfaction.
Oh, interesting.
He talks about looking in the mirror and being disgusted with himself.
Wow.
Even when other people saw him as successful.
Really?
Yeah, and that feeling, that self-accountability became his fuel for change.
So it's like turning that negative energy into something positive.
Exactly.
He wanted to be someone he was proud of.
Right, someone who could look themselves in the eye and know they were giving it their all.
Not for others, but for himself.
Yeah, and that's where the concept of accountability comes in.
Okay, accountability.
For Goggins, it's about suffering.
Okay, suffering in what sense?
In the sense of holding yourself to a higher standard.
Okay.
Even when it's hard.
Yeah.
Doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it.
We've all been there.
Yeah, absolutely. We all have those days.
Motivation is low.
Right. You just want to take the easy route.
Yeah, just phone it in.
But Goggins' message is all about pushing past those moments.
Right. Pushing past the weakness.
Training your mind like you train your body.
Oh, interesting.
Building mental muscle.
Okay, I like that.
He even talks about how anger can be a powerful motivator.
Oh, yeah. Anger.
But it's surface level.
Okay.
For real lasting change, you need to go deeper.
Go deeper, okay.
You need to find that mineral soil within yourself.
Mineral soil.
That core sense of purpose.
Okay.
That can't be shaken.
That's not fleeting.
Yeah, exactly.
So instead of relying on fleeting emotions, like anger, for a quick burst of energy,
you need a deeper well to draw from.
You need something more substantial.
Yeah, something rooted in your values, your vision for yourself.
Makes sense, because how long can you really run on anger or frustration?
Right, not long.
You'll burn out.
You'll burn out for sure.
So finding that why, as Goggins calls it, it's a journey.
It is.
He talks about really spending time with yourself, exploring what truly matters to you.
What you're willing to fight for.
What you're willing to fight for, yeah.
That's not always a quick and easy process.
No, it's not.
He admits that even when he was 297 pounds, working a dead-end job, he thought he was giving it his all.
He thought he was.
Looking back, he realized he hadn't even scratched the surface.
Interesting.
It wasn't until he found his why, that passion for serving his country, becoming a Navy SEAL,
that he
really unlocked that inner drive.
That's a powerful message.
It is for anyone who feels stuck or unfulfilled.
Yeah.
It's a reminder that we often underestimate our own capabilities.
We do.
We limit ourselves.
Yeah, based on past experiences.
Right, or what we think is possible.
Right, what we think we can do.
Yeah. Goggins seems to be saying that until you push yourself, until you embrace discomfort and challenge yourself beyond what you think you're capable of, you'll never really know your own strength.
Do you think that's true for everyone?
I think there's a lot of truth to that.
Yeah.
It reminds me of that quote.
What's the quote?
The cave you fear to enter holds the treasure you seek.
Ooh, I like that.
Goggins encourages us to face those fears.
Right.
Step outside of our comfort zones.
Yeah.
And see what we're really made of.
So it doesn't have to be physical challenges.
No, not at all.
It can be mental challenges too.
Right. He also talks about the mental fortitude it takes to overcome self-doubt, negative self-talk,
that inner critic,
all those internal obstacles
that hold us back. Yeah.
It's about training your mind the same way you train your body.
Oh, okay.
You wouldn't expect to run a marathon without putting in the miles.
You got to train.
Mental toughness is no different. It takes consistent effort, discipline, and a willingness to push through mental barriers.
Okay, so like, how do we do that?
Well, he uses this interesting phrase.
Okay.
Becoming the devil.
Becoming the devil.
Not literally, of course.
Okay, good.
But in the sense of embracing the things that are difficult.
Okay.
Uncomfortable. The things most people shy away from.
What do you make of that? It's like he's saying you need to own your challenges.
Yeah.
Become the master of your own discomfort.
Rather than letting it control you.
It's intense.
Pretty intense.
But it worked for him.
It clearly did.
He describes a time in SEAL training when he was going through these incredibly difficult challenges with broken bones.
Oh my gosh.
And he actually saw that brokenness as a source of power.
Wow.
It's like he took what most people would see as a weakness and flipped it.
Turned it into an advantage.
That's what's so inspiring about Goggins. He's not pretending it's easy. He's not sugarcoating the reality of pushing yourself to the limit.
Right.
But he's saying it's possible.
Yeah.
That we all have this incredible reserve of strength.
Just waiting to be tapped into.
Waiting to be tapped into,
Makes you think.
It does.
What are we truly capable of? When we stop putting limits on ourselves.
Exactly. So let's bring this back to our listener.
Okay.
What are some key takeaways that they can apply to their own lives?
What would Goggins want them to walk away with?
Yeah. What's the message?
I think the biggest takeaway is that your mind is your most powerful weapon.
Okay. Your mind is your weapon.
It can be your greatest ally. Or your worst enemy.
Depending on how you use it, he'd probably say, stop letting your mind run the show.
Right. Take control.
Figure out your fears, the things that hold you back, and attack them.
Attack them head on.
Yeah, he has this whole idea about immersing yourself.
Oh, yeah.
In whatever you're trying to achieve.
Like going all in.
Yeah, becoming so focused, so dedicated, that it's your new normal.
That's a huge shift, isn't it?
It is.
Going from like, I'm trying hard to this is who I am now.
Yeah, you're rewiring your brain.
Totally.
To accept a new level of challenge.
Like a new standard for what you can handle.
Exactly. And he's not saying you have to go become a Navy SEAL or run ultra marathons.
Right.
It's about taking those principles of mental toughness and applying them to whatever lights you up.
Whatever you're passionate about.
Exactly. So whether you're learning a new skill, building a business, or just working on being a better version of yourself.
Right.
Goggins' message is pretty clear.
What's the message?
You have the power to achieve incredible things when you set your mind to it.
But that doesn't mean it's going to be easy.
No, it takes work.
It does.
It takes dedication, and it takes a willingness to embrace the tough stuff.
Yeah, embraces suck.
Right. He talks about how the feeling you get when you push past your limits.
When you overcome those mental barriers.
It's like being invincible.
I think we can all relate to that feeling.
Yeah.
That sense of accomplishment.
Totally.
Like knowing you can handle anything.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, what's the one thing you want our listener to remember?
I think if Goggins were here, he'd ask, if a self-proclaimed scared kid like him can transform himself into someone with incredible mental strength, what's stopping you?
That's a great question to think about.
This is.
What are you truly capable of achieving? What's your why?
Right.
That driving force that'll push you to keep going.
Right.
And are you willing to put in the work to unlock your full potential?
It's all about making that choice.
It is. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the power of the mind.
Absolutely.
Until next time, keep pushing those limits. And remember, you're stronger than you think. See you next time.